is scheduled for 10 two-minute rounds for the WIBA Junior Featherweight Championship of the World. Your referee for this event, Robert Chapa. Introducing in the red corner to my right, wearing the white and black trunks, weighing in at 119 pounds. She is undefeated in 8 professional bouts with 4 wins coming by way of knockout. She now boxes out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Here is La Niña de Puerto Rico, Velez. Her opponent in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with the red flame trim. She weighs in at 122 pounds. She is undefeated in 19 professional bouts, 4 wins coming by way of knockout. She hails from Kansas City, Missouri, introducing Mary the Heat Ortega. 10 rounds for the WIBA Junior Featherweight Championship of the World.
Both these fighters are very talented. Mary had a little trouble making her weight yesterday. She's about a pound over, I think, but she finally made it.
Both of these girls are undefeated, and one of them's going to walk away tonight with her first loss. So it's going to be interesting to see which one wants this win more.
Yeah. Ready to go here.
Round 1.
Ortega getting ready to work on the body. She's wanting to work on the body and then throw some shots to the head. You can tell by her experience that that's the way she's been trained and trained smartly.
Velez is keeping her guard down. She's dropping her right. Leaves her open.
Against an experienced fighter like Ortega, you got to keep them hands up. You got to stay tight, and you got to be ready to fight.
Also, looks to me like Mary has a lot of power.
She's got good distance. She's throwing more than 1 punch at a time. So if she doesn't actually land with the first punch, she's going to get her with a second or third or fourth, whatever she's got to do.
Ate her caught her with her right there.
Well, Velez didn't get those knockouts for nothing. I mean, she's obviously got some power. So she got hurt on that shot, acted like it didn't bother her at all. But, you know, usually when a fighter just shows you that it's no big deal, that's usually when they're hurt.
Yeah, I caught that one right in the bread basket. Looks to me so far like Mary Ortega's outboxing her.
Velez is definitely relaxed. She's fighting very confidently, and she's not necessarily letting Ortega disrupt her plan. She's very focused.
Both these girls want to win and win bad.
A good right hook by Ortega. Velez pumping out that jab, trying to keep Ortega off of her.
And keep dropping that left hand or right hand though.
Well, that could get her into some trouble.
Yep. End of round 1.
An aggressive end at that.
Velez's corner's a little slow there. A little time to get the tool in there.
They're going to probably try to get her to be a little busier. Ortega, she's throwing multiple shots, which is exactly what she needs to do. She's starting out with the body. She's trying to punish the body, and I'm sure she's eventually going to come up to the head.
Yeah, it looks that way. She's also throwing with a lot of authority.
That comes from all of the experience Ortega brings to this ring, and Velez will learn something. She'll either take her out or she'll go out of the ring with her first loss. So it's going to be interesting to see how these two girls come into the second round.
Both of them still look supremely confident.
Velez already up. She's already up, ready to go into the ring. Ortega's corner was spending a little more time with her, telling her what they wanted her to do this round.
Round 2 underway. Jabbing around there.
Velez was trying to gauge her distance with that jab. She's not putting a whole lot on it, but she's trying to see exactly where she's at with Ortega so she can set up her right.
Yeah, looks like Velez is settling down a little bit too.
Well, actually, it was her left. She's fighting southpaw.
Settle down. She looks pretty concentrated. She's got very focused, very focused.
Ortega's bobbing and weaving. She's trying to, give Velez definitely a moving target to try to hit.
Ortega's definitely a very busy fighter. Good left hook, but answered by Velez.
Velez seems to be the stronger puncher, but Ortega is just accumulating those punches on Velez.
Seems to me like Ortega's finding more punches, though, and more solid punches.
And those punches add up after a while. The fighter starts feeling them, they start wearing down.
Yeah, especially to the body. Ortega keeps her arms up. Ortega, keeps her arms up extremely well. Keeps her hands up. Very good boxing form.
Yeah, you can tell she's got experience. She looks a lot more solid and smooth in the ring. She's got a good command of her punches. She's very disciplined. She's very focused. She keeps coming in. That was a good left hand. Good right hand. She's starting to pick her punches, and she's being very smart about it.
A little more to the head now. Looks like Velez got a little bleeding around the nose now.
Ortega's got some bad intentions on those punches. I think she really wants to knock this girl out.
Ortega blocked most of those punches. I think Velez has got a work cut out for her in this fight.
Oh, definitely. If this thing goes 10 rounds, these girls are definitely going to be going toe-to-toe here in a little while.
Now it's down with Ortega's corner. They're slow. They have trouble getting into the
they're taking turns, at least
ring.
both consistent.
Yeah, right.
Velez, in my opinion, is getting up a little bit too quick out of her corner. She needs to give herself that full minute to recover and to get back into the ring and really listen to her corner. Ortega seems to be really paying attention to her trainers, which is a good sign that, she's been trained well, she respects her trainers, and she's going to do exactly what they tell her to do.
Yeah. Velez is paying attention. Settling down.
All right, second down.
Okay, round three here.
Round three. Let's see what these girls are planning on doing now. They basically checked each other out. They've been throwing some good punches. They've been gauging their distance. Now they should be starting to really utilize their fight plan.
Again, a little feeling out process here in the beginning. Ortega using that jab. Tying each other up there for a minute.
Fighting a southpaw is not always easy because the angles are so different, but Ortega seems to be handling it quite well. She seems to be experienced fighting both conventional and southpaw.
Got Velez in the corner there.
She's trying to take her out, and that's a good sign of an aggressive fighter. You got somebody hurt, you got to go in and take them out.
Yeah, but Velez put up a good fight. She got out of there and she answered those shots.
Well, a hurt fighter's a dangerous fighter. I mean, they come out swinging and they know that they got to fight for their life. So you got to be real careful whenever you got a fighter hurt if throwing too many punches at them and not being careful to cover up.
Velez just another one there.
These girls seem to be pretty evenly matched.
Ortega still looks very calm. Ortega's nose is bleeding now.
Good block by Ortega.
Yeah. Ortega looks like she put on a little more weight. Yeah, she's a bigger woman. Probably fighting like 3 or 4 pounds heavier.
That's usually what a fighter wants to do. They want to stay and weigh in basically at the top of their weight class. That gives them the advantage when they come into the ring because after they get to eat and drink, they're always going to gain weight and be a bigger girl.
That's right. Ortega pushes her off.
They're wrestling a little bit here. They need to be punching as they push each other off.
Quick body shot there. Both of them changing body shots.
They're both exchanging some good shots.
Ortega's getting the better of it right now.
Left and right hooks from both of them.
The battle begins at round 3.
Basically what Ortega or Velez, either one needs to do is start straightening up their punches because they're both throwing hooks and just exchanging back and forth. And the only way that one of them is going to succeed over the other is they got to straighten up their punches and start pushing the other girl backwards.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder that following this bout, the final bout of the evening will be a 10-round WIBA Junior Lightweight Championship of the World.
That'll be Chevelle Hallback and Jodine Blakely. Chevelle Hallback, perhaps one of the most underrated female fighters in the world.
They call her Fist of Steel, and she's rightfully called that name. That girl's got power in both hands.
Yes, she does. She lost the controversial decision of Laura Solano last summer under Doris Tackle, and she went 5 rounds.
Seconds out. Seconds out. We approach the 4th round.
Velez is up already. Ortega's up now.
Well, it looks to me like Ortega's winning this fight. She's definitely been commanding this ring a little better than Velez.
Yeah, I think she's out hustling her.
Come on, Mary!
Velez is definitely trying to get her shots in there, though.
She's not out of the fight by any means, but Ortega seems to be actually landing better punches, a little more solid punches, and she's commanding this ring generalship a little better than Velez.
Good left there, good left.
She's rotating consistently, bobbing and weaving. You know, she's got good foot action still. She's still light on her feet. She's in good condition.
Got that arm down, though. After time, I never like to see him try to drop their guard.
Well, that's disrespect. When a fighter starts dropping that arm, it's usually because they disrespect another fighter. Because unless you're just really quick and you know you're going to be able to outpunch your opponent, you don't want to drop that hand. You want to keep it up there so you can throw a lot more powerful punch from that shoulder. You don't want to throw it from your hip. There's not too many fighters that are very good at throwing power punches from their hip. Looks like they're both getting into a fighting situation here, both throwing right and left hooks.
Backing each other up, both in and out of the corner, both out in the middle of the ring now.
Velez seems to be letting Ortega off the hook. She comes in pretty aggressive, starts throwing punches, and then backs up. And so Ortega's seeing that, you know, she can take advantage of that.
Right. Neither one of them look like they're hurt.
Well, in this division, I mean, the punches hurt, but they're not heavy punchers. I mean, this is a light division. Usually you see a lot more action than you do knockouts.
Yeah, they're certainly not punching like middleweight, but they're size, they hit pretty hard. Ortega's got more bleeding on her face now. Vega's running down. Somebody just lost the mouthpiece.
There's the bell. That's the end of round 4.
Out of Ortega. She was definitely trying to take her out with those punches. She was throwing those punches with bad intentions on them, going to the body and then going to the head.
Yeah, and she caught her too. 2 or 3 times to knock the mouthpiece out of her mouth.
We'll see what kind of mental discipline Ortega has after that round, and then we'll see how hard Velez comes out in his next round. I think she found a little secret there, and we'll see if Ortega can adjust or Velez can take advantage of her shots.
Velez may be, her endurance might be holding here.
Well, that last body shot hurt. I mean, that'll take a lot of wind.
Seconds out.
Another
We
fighter
approach the
knows
5th
that going
round.
in. I mean, they're going to take advantage of that.
Round 5.
These girls have both been training hard. They've been in the gym. You can tell that they've definitely been doing their road work, and they're going to put the best fight forward that they can do.
Yep. Ortega's bleeding pretty badly from the nose right now.
Velez is very confident right now. She's been able to get her punches in on Ortega. Ortega's, you can tell it's definitely affecting her some. She's got to build back up her mental toughness. She's got to overcome those punches.
Velez is very confident, nodding around, not going to take on. And come on in.
Ortega's going back to her bobbing and weaving. That's something that worked for her in the beginning, and now she's trying to avoid some of those heavy punches from Velez.
She's going to have to start landing some.
She can stand up to lose a few rounds, but generally a fighter doesn't want to lose any rounds. They want to stay ahead of the game through all the fights. That was a good combination by Ortega.
Right now, Vega looks to me like She's starting to gain ground in this fight.
She's trying to come back, that's for sure. And I'm sure a lot of that comes from her experience in the ring. She didn't get 19 fights just by, you know, walking away from a hard situation. You know, she's used to fighting all the way through the fight.
Yeah, she did. Vega's not giving her any room here whatsoever. Velez.
These girls are clashing heads. They got to be careful with them headbutts.
Whip. Kind of a looping, throwing, jumping punch there on Velez.
It's an uppercut from her. She was trying to land on Ortega. Now she's stalking her. Velez is stalking her.
There's the bell. That's the end of round 5.
She seems to be just now warming up. Velez is just really coming alive in this fight.
Yeah,
She's trying to turn the tide on this fight and make sure that she comes out the winner.
Well, Velez is looking better to me, and Ortega's not looking as good. The question is going to be, does Velez have the stamina?
Well, and who's got heart and the strong mental discipline, and the training has just got to be, you know, something that they can build upon from that. I mean, their trainers, Ortega's trainers are working with her, Velez's trainers are working with her. I'm sure they're both telling them to, you know, pick up the pace a little bit. Velez needs to be backing up Ortega. Ortega needs to be backing up Velez. So, you know, it's just whoever can land the more effective punches.
Velez is back on her feet again. She's getting off the stool early.
Seconds out. We approach the 6th round.
Ortega just gets up now.
This is round number 6.
Round 6.
And I have it just about even between these two fighters.
Yeah, I agree.
Ortega blocking some of those shots with the left hand from Velez.
Took a good right there from her, too.
Well, Velez is very focused. I mean, she's definitely watching those hands of Ortega. You know, she's still gauging her. She's sticking her jab out there like Taz Kazoo does. He sticks it out as basically something to gauge the difference, and you know, that's been effective for her. She's setting up her right hand that way, and he always did it that way too. Taz Kazoo was noted for, you know, gauging with his left hand and then loading up and firing with the right.
Punch through with a good left Velez did.
Ortega's trying to come back in this round. Velez is not so sure she wants to let her. They're both exchanging some pretty good hooks.
Velez is blocking a lot of those shots, though.
Well, Ortega is smothering herself. She's not giving herself the proper distance to land in some of those body shots she's wanting to land. And she's just throwing punches. She's got to get some rotation with those punches to make them hurt. So a good uppercut by Velez.
Ortega backs up a little bit, reassess the situation, comes back right on in again. Takes another shot there for another right.
Velez looks like she's got a little cut by her right eye. Ooh, that was a mean punch by Ortega. She hit her with a good jab.
And Velez's nose is bleeding again, too. She's extremely confident there, though, nevertheless. Very confident, very focused.
Neither one of them look like they're ready to give up. They're both in this fight for the distance.
Yeah, she's cut under her right eye. Looks like she's got kind of a circle cut under her right eye.
There's the bell. That's the end of round 6.
And both these girls go again. Go after it again in round 6. Hot and heavy. They're definitely slugging it out, aren't they?
They're slugging it out, but both of them seem to be thinking pretty well about what they want to do. They seem to have mostly a fight plan that they're coming into the ring with. I mean, they're not in there just brawling. There's sometimes when they have a toe-to-toe exchange, but both of them are trying to sit back on their punches and throw them and go to the body and the head, and that's always a good sign for a new fighter like Velez with 8 fights, but also an experienced fighter like Ortega who's got 19.
Velez is again up off the stool early. She's got a little swelling under her right cheek. But that cut doesn't look like it did anything. Ortega's over there smiling.
Seconds out. We approach the 7th round.
Collared right there by Velez. Ortega comes back with a left hook.
It looks like she slowed down just a little. Velez seems like she's definitely still got that speed.
These girls are definitely putting their heart into this fight. Neither one of them wants to walk out of here a loser.
No, they both want to be still unanimously a winner.
Also, it's a chance for them to be the WIBA bantamweight champion of the world.
It's going to come down to who wants that title more. And both of these girls are putting a lot into this fight.
Yes, they are. Absolutely no give in either one of them.
Velez smiling at Ortega. Ortega got in a good shot and hurt Velez.
And then she comes back over the top, hits her with the right, hits her with the left and the right again, another combination. Blocking that shot.
These girls are going toe-to-toe right now. They're doing a heavy exchange.
Spending a lot of energy. Both in excellent condition. She's bleeding again from the nose, from the head.
Ortega's bleeding from the
Ortega,
nose.
yeah. And also over her left eye.
Looks like Velez might have come out on the top end of that last exchange.
Yeah, I think she did.
That was a mean left hand from Velez.
Another one. Coming to the end of
Seems
the
to be
round.
pretty consistent with that left hand, landing it right down
The
the middle.
bell, the end of round 7.
Ortega's corner has got to be telling her to relax and to breathe. She's got to shake being tired from that last round. She's got to come out with this round with some good, strong punches.
Getting ready for round 8. Both these girls are excellent fighters. Both of them are well conditioned. They came here to fight. They came here to take the title. Neither
Seconds out. We approach the 8th round.
Neither one of them given any quarter whatsoever.
Round 8.
Velez with left's fight seems to have no respect whatsoever for Ortega, and she doesn't seem to mind that Ortega's got twice as many fights as she does.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of caliber has Velez's fighters been versus Ortega. Has Ortega fought some pretty strong people?
Well, we saw Tinberg fight tonight. She was one of the first fights, and basically Velez beat Ortega, Tinberg. She won by an 8-round decision. So, you know, Tinberg is not an easy customer. Tinberg has moved up in weight. Velez is a little smaller, and so obviously Tinberg had to be the bigger girl.
No, Velez is definitely showing a lot of skill here. A lot of speed. Both of them have a lot of energy. They're definitely staying after it. Velez the aggressor again. And again. Dropped the jab in there. Velez dropped the jab in there.
This is going to be a good test for Ortega to just see where she's at skill-wise. A lot of her fighters that she's fought in the past are questionable as far as being actually good opponents. These are girls that were light, that actually went up in weight. I noticed several of them that have fought Mia St. John on there. And Ortega, you know, this is going to be a test for her.
Right now, she's definitely in the test. Because Velez lost her mouthpiece again. Yep.
Velez is not going to give Ortega this fight. She's going to make a fight for it.
Definitely taking the fight to her.
Fans seem to be getting into this fight. They like that last exchange.
Yeah, they do.
Focus, Mary, focus.
Ada Velez knocked the mouthpiece off for the second time out of Ortega's mouth.
Mary, big top. Come on, Mary.
There's the bell. That's the end of round 8.
I don't know. I would say that Velez is
She looks
starting
like
to dominate
she's
this fight.
around. Yeah, she looks like she's ahead right now. Ortega, she looks like she's getting tired, and she's got a bloody nose. It's hard to breathe out her nose, so she's trying to breathe out of her mouth. And she's losing her mouthpiece. In an exchange, that's the last thing you want to do. I mean, she's real vulnerable there. Velez seems to be very pumped. She doesn't seem to be distracted. She's still very focused. She seems real hungry for this win.
Ready to go. She's on her feet, bouncing around.
This could be a good upset for Velez if she beats Ortega.
Seconds out.
Right.
We approach the 9th round.
Definitely Ortega came in favored in this fight.
Round 9.
Velez showboating a little bit at the beginning of this round, showing Ortega she absolutely gives her no respect. Ooh, nice right hook. Ooh, good slip.
Uppercut. The hit and run tactic here.
Yeah, she's sticking and running. She's just casually running for Ortega. She's smiling at her now, telling her basically that she's not afraid of her power and that she's going to take her out.
Yeah, she's feeling very confident, very confident. Better not get too confident though. Every time fighters get confident, they tend to get knocked out. Ortega's bleeding profusely from the nose again. He's breathing through the mouth.
Ortega's got to be a little frustrated right now. She's not able to land some of the punches she wants to land, and she's eating a lot of punches. So, you know, that'll definitely throw a fighter off their plan.
Velez is beating her to the punch. There's no question about it.
And her counter punches are good punches, and she's throwing some good, solid punches at Ortega.
Ortega's fighting more of a defensive fight now.
Velez has both of her hands down by her hip. She's throwing all of her punches from her hip. She's leaping into those punches. She's slapping Ortega, trying to set up that left hand of hers.
She hasn't really taken a shot to the head here for this whole round.
Ooh, that was a good hook by Velez.
Followed by a straight right.
Velez is coming out with some straight punches. She's coming right down the middle. There's a leaping hook from Velez.
I think Velez is wanting to give her a boxing lesson.
There's the bell.
Left hand
That's
by
the end of round
Velez.
9.
Nice finish.
Definitely an active fight. I think we have an upset in the making here.
Once again, just a reminder that following this bout, we have a 10-round WIBA Junior Lightweight Championship of the World matchup coming right up after this contest.
It will be Chevelle Hallback, who will be fighting Snowdine Blakely. Hallback, one of the most exciting fighters in the ring. I always refer to her as a small version of Ann Wolf. 130-pound version of Ann Wolf.
Both of those girls are definitely coming to the fight to fight.
Yeah.
They can take a punch, they can deliver a punch. Chevelle seems to be the little heavier-handed of the two.
Blakely's never been stopped, never been knocked down, but she's coming off a four loss streak. So,
Seconds out. We approach the 10th and final round.
Here's the determining round. We'll see which girl is going to actually
Round
be
10
more
for
hungry
the
for the win than the
WIBA
other.
Junior Featherweight Championship of the World.
I've got Velez ahead at this point.
yeah, I did too. I think she's landed the harder, crisper punches.
I think Ortega's going to have to knock her out to win this fight.
I don't think there's much chance of that happening.
Velez is a tough girl. She's a smart fighter.
Ann Wolf just joined us here at the table. Congratulations, Ann. Fantastic fight. There's more girls fighting up here now. Velez is coming in again. Velez is
Coming in with some leaping hooks.
so far,
That was a tough left hand Ortega just took.
Ortega's trying real hard to turn the thing around, but I think that she just doesn't have the speed to get there now.
I think Velez has got the heavier hand. She seems to be putting in a lot more crisper shots at this point.
And the speed and the power. Nice uppercut there by Velez. She's just beating Ortega to the punch. Beat her to the punch, hit her in the body.
This girl's throwing some good combinations. I'm very impressed with Velez.
She hit her in the body and she turned around here in the head.
I've never seen her fight, but after
she
this
bent over and
fight,
touched her toes.
yeah, I'd definitely come back to watch Velez fight again. Oh, Ortega too. She's a good fighter, but Velez is she's surprising me.
Yep, timeout. I don't know what happened here. Oh, lost her mouthpiece again. That's the third time she's lost her mouthpiece.
Velez running back to Ortega.
Yeah, Velez is definitely whoop. Velez caught her with a right coming in there. Ortega's trying the body shot, but they don't seem to be having much effect. Another uppercut by Velez. These girls are definitely getting after it.
They're giving it everything they have in this last round. Ortega's wobbly on her feet.
Yeah.
There's the ball.
There you
There's
go.
the ball.
What a fight. What a great fight. Both those girls hit their heart into it.
And before we announce the official winner, let's hear it once again for Ada La Niña de Puerto Rico, Velez, and Mary Levi Ortega.
Both girls did a great job. Good fight. Put a lot of energy into it. Crowd is really enjoying it. Everybody's enjoying the fight. Taking their gloves off now. Went the distance. Okay, who do you think won this
Ladies
fight?
and gentlemen,
I think Velez
we
won this
have
fight.
a unanimous decision.
Unanimous decision. Vegas.
Judge George Garland scores the bout 96-93. Judges Ray Hawkins and Oren Schellenberger both see it 98-91 to the winner by unanimous decision and WIBA Junior Featherweight Champion of the World, Ada La Niña de Puerto Rico, Velez.
That was a good fight. She deserved that win.
Definitely did. Ada out-punched her. She out-hustled her.
It was an impressive performance by Ada Velez.
We got Snowdine Blakely and Chevelle Hallback coming up here in just a minute.
A little info on Chevelle. Chevelle's never had an amateur record. Her second fight, she fought Lucia Riker, which we all know is pound for pound one of the heaviest punchers, next to Ann Wolf. But Chevelle was sitting and watching the HBO special on Lucia Riker, finding out that was going to be her opponent in her second fight.
Yeah, that's right. She went 5 rounds. It was a scheduled 6-round fight, and she went 5 rounds out of 6. So that was a tremendous fight on her part. Chevelle Hallback is a tremendous fighter, very strong action fighter. It'd be a lot of fun to watch her fight.
And she'll tell you she wasn't in condition for that fight. Had she knew who she was fighting, she would have trained a little harder, which tells you that a trainer's got to be in tip-top condition all the time because you never know who you're going to get in the ring with next.
That's right. Her other 2 losses were definitely very controversial. Okay, we're going to get ready here to see if these girls are about ready to make their entry into the ring.